You have now arrived at Stadium and Gale.
Snap, the kick, it's been blocked again! Oh my! It's been blocked again! He's going to heave one deep down the field. It's going to be to the goal line. It's going to be gone! It's a touchdown! And the Gators have won the game! Tyree Cleveland! Oh my! I can't believe what I just saw! Dropping back to throw, pops and fires the ball over the middle. It's there! It's there! Harvin, he comes back, say goodbye.
Ahmad Black, in his final game as a Gator, takes it all the way home and sends Urban out a winner.
You have now arrived at Stadium and Gale.
Boys and girls, ladies and gents, welcome to another episode of Stadium and Gale. It's your boy Corey.
It's Dan.
Delatorre.
And your boy J Scar 25. What it do?
What up, 25?
It was good to have y'all boys, man. Yes, sir. How was the weekend? How was everything?
Happy New Year.
Yeah, happy New Year. Happy holidays. I'm happy that the holidays are over. It was a lot for me. I don't know about y'all.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Pockets was hemorrhaging, man. I need it. My kids go back to school tomorrow. Well, one kid, and it just feels like every day they're home, you spend more money. It's always dad. So I'm excited for school to start back and I get my days and my time back, man. But Happy New Year to everybody.
Yeah.
Audience, comment section. Happy New Year.
I saw someone say this, and you guys, Jordan and Corey, were probably more in it than I was, but because Christmas was a Thursday, that means you're definitely not going to school Friday. New Year's Thursday, they're not open. Like, it was the longest possible window for kids.
Yeah, I was gauging that.
Yeah, I feel every last bit of that. I know. I knew it was something.
We went from campaigning for 25 carries a game last week to being like, "Whoo, Christmas kicked my ass."
Man, I swear it was a rough one, but we made it through the rain. Like Corey said, they go back to school tomorrow. I am extremely excited. I'll be with a smile on my face, dropping her off in the morning.
First in the carpool line.
Yeah, I'm about to say I may not be first in the line tomorrow.
It's like
I can only imagine. Like Jordan kids are young, bro. So I know what those days was definitely different. Now, like Harlem's a little bit more independent, but it's still dad all day. But little kids, bro. Hey, shout out to y'all New Year's. I thought that was pretty fly, bro. Y'all had the champagne glass for the whole family, the dinner and all that.
Yeah,
bro.
I had to do a little something cute for baby. We couldn't really get out the house because we got the little one. So I said, let me try to at least make a little effort, make it a little special.
No, that was dope. I do anything special New Year's? Nick, Dan?
I did.
I see you was at dinner or something, right?
Mine will be easy. We've all been sick since
y'all,
Christmas.
Y'all gotta get some immune boosters, bro.
Whole house. It went from like flu to like, you remember what like COVID and you get that like cough you can't get rid of?
Yeah.
Like, now everyone in the house is just coughing. So we've done nothing. Super spreaders over here.
Well, I don't have kids, so I wasn't sick. So we went to a place in St. Pete called Juno and the Peacock. A place called Juno and the Peacock, which is a great restaurant, lounge over in St. Pete. If you live over in that area, go check it out. My buddy is a DJ in the area, and so he put the event on. Great vibes. Not too many people. Not too many people, which is great. Like there was enough people. What are you saying, Nick?
I feel the itch. Fender Dan has been hibernating. All of a sudden, we're hearing about DJs on Monday nights again.
No, different kind of DJ. You know what I mean? Like a fun party, like atmosphere DJ, not festival 3 a.m. Well, I mean, I guess it was New Year's, so it's a little later than normal. Regardless, really great time over there. Got to meet a listener of the show, forgot his name. We did not meet in the bathroom, but we met when I was on the way to the bathroom. So shout out to you. But great vibes. Corey, Jordan, I kind of feel the same way you do about your kids, man. Like I've been working a little bit here and there, but the last couple of weeks have just kind of been taking it easy, and I've just been spending money like it's coming out of my ears. Yeah. So I'm ready to get back in the swing of things. Today, took a client golfing, which is always fun. To walk my way back into the tough Monday. Shot an 81.
Taste of the Mondays.
Shot an 81. So I'm waiting on. It's going to be me and High Top versus Sheldon and Shane Matthews and Jeff Cardozo. We're going to do a little scramble, 2v2. So just getting ready for that whenever they're ready.
Okay, that sounds fun.
Sounds right. I get it.
Bro, there was a time where Corey was getting into golf.
He was.
Yeah. That was. I had a run at it, man. I had a couple runs at it in my time, man. But it's a time thing, and maybe when my son's away, I have more time. And life changes a little bit. But before I had kids, I had a run at golf, and then right after I started the podcast, we had a couple golf tournaments. But I made a run at it again. But it's time consuming, bro. Like you gotta have time to get.
It's nuts. I mean,
and it costs money.
It's 50 minutes to get there. It's a 4:15 round. You might grab a drink, whatever, after. Now you're up to 5 hours. Drive back. All of a sudden, you're looking at a 7-hour day. Like that's just not something you can throw around. And I get it. So
you got a wife and kids, bro. You can't just be going 8 hours a day golfing.
I get it. That's why I try to throw as much of it on the company card during the work week as possible.
Dan's never sounded more blue collar today. 7 grueling hours. Out in the sun.
That's right.
There probably wasn't even a breeze. There probably wasn't even a coastal breeze.
There wasn't.
Oh, disgusting.
But beautiful morning, hot in the afternoon. Let's get on with the show. Want to shout out everybody. We got 674 people watching right now. That number is going to tick a lot higher as we get on with the show. So please, if you can, hit the like button. If you haven't already, hit the retweet button on X, the Everything app. Shout out to Trav. You were here first. What up? JBL Toronto Blue Jays and Space Mountain both said hello to me. Not sure that doesn't normally happen. So because I'm the one.
Space Mountain is your biggest stand.
Yeah, he is, and so is JBL Toronto Blue Jays. He said something on YouTube or TikTok somewhere. It's like, "Hey, I'm glad Dan's back." I'm like, I was only gone for a couple of weeks. So shout out to you guys. Appreciate you guys. Corey, let's get a Brun ad read. We'll get into another ad read after that, and then go from there. Oh, Grid Life. Where does Nick Delatorre get his humor from? Elite sarcasm.
Elite. Can't tell you my secret.
Elite. I mean, the word from elite is losing value, man.
Okay. Iconic sarcasm.
Elite and generational, man. We got to restore the feeling of elite and generational, man. One time for the great folks at Brun Insurance and Financial Services, man. Anything you need insured from the panhandle to the keys. I'm talking car, anything with wheels, trailers, motorcycles, ATVs, boats that don't have wheels, but he can insure it. Your life doesn't have wheels. He can insure that as well. 954-589-2204. Home insurance is where I partner with Greg at. Phenomenal. I've been with him at least 5 years. I lost count a little bit, but great customer service. You get them on the phone. If you need somebody, you're not getting a foreign call center and a bunch of reps that you'll never see. You're going to get Greg and his people in his office on the phone. Support Greg. Call him. I'm pretty sure he can save you some money. 954-589-2204 or bruninsurance.com.
I called, left a message. Greg called me back personally.
Wow.
See what I'm saying?
That's huge.
So, Greg, what it do, baby?
Got another true story as well on Greg. My mother-in-law actually did get insurance with Greg through all of their vehicles, and she said that he did save her a lot of money. So shout out to you. Appreciate you, man. Gator to a Gator. I love it, baby. Appreciate you.
Already, man.
Hell yeah. I owe Greg a phone call for 2 reasons. One, we talked about before the pod, and we're not going to talk about that. The second is because I need to get new car insurance because mine expires in a couple weeks and I got to make sure I'm shopping for the best price. So Greg, I will give you a call tomorrow, my friend. Before we get on with the show, one more time for our other presenting sponsor, and that's Dykus, Burke, and Lewis Law Group. If you are looking for attorneys, if you've had anything with property damage, flood damage, roof damage, storm damage, flood damage, whatever it might be, and you're looking for somebody that's going to go, Nick.
Boy, that little boy.
Snuffleupagus over here. Jeez Louise. All right.
My bad, bro. I told you I'm sick.
Yeah, well,
you blowing boogers on the mic,
privately,
man.
bro. Sneeze privately.
Jeez.
Anyway, if you are having a problem with your insurance company or a family member has been injured or yourself been injured due to somebody else's negligence, give them a call. Over 20 years of experience, they worked on behalf of the insurance companies, and now they're going to work on your behalf. So even if you don't need them today, this is a worthwhile company and law firm to make sure that you are just keep in the old Rolodex. Put it in your phone if you ever have an issue. You can give them a call at 855-652-1377 or Dykus, that's Ducs Burke, Burke law.com. Again, DykusBurkeLaw.com, 855-652-1377. Nick, how is your sinus cavity? Good? Oh, good. Okay, perfect. He's muted. That means it is doing well. All right, gentlemen, let's get into a little bit of the transfer portal. That is why everybody's here. I do want to announce a couple of other names that have entered the transfer portal since last episode, just because it's important to make sure. Again, these are chronological order. I think since last episode, Scott Isaacs, the tight end, I think he had entered the day we talked last week. Cam Kosman, the tight end, had also entered, I believe, on Monday. Trayon Webb, an individual from Gainesville, graduated from the University of Florida in 2 years.
Jacksonville.
Or I'm sorry, he was from Jacksonville. Sorry, D. Webb's nephew.
Your Jacksonville disrespect's got to stop.
No. I love Jacksonville. Shout out. Trayon Webb, who graduated from the University of Florida, congratulations to him, has entered his name into the transfer portal. Obviously dealt with an injury this past season. Before that, played in a backup role. I know some fans were excited about him. Obviously you had Jaden Ball and Jacobe Jackson going into this year, and some folks thought that, hey, maybe Trayon Webb's opportunity existed maybe this upcoming year. But ultimately, I think he did things the right way, stuck around, graduated, and now he looks for an opportunity for himself to not only potentially get a master's degree, but to be able to get some more playing time. So congratulations to Trayon Webb. Any thoughts?
Yeah, then we all kind of expected. Trayon's graduated. He's been, had that opportunity to possibly leave, with his degree and being a Gator intact, right? He's had that kind of setup for a little while now, but new regime coming in. I kind of thought he would leave beforehand, but after like a couple running backs exited, I was like, maybe he stay around because that room is getting a little thin and we still don't know what Ball's going to do. So it did catch me by a little surprise, but I think we all kind of expected it as he set out this season, knowing that he was a graduate, that could be a possible thing. So I ain't mad at it, man.
Do you think, and we're gonna talk here, I've been told that I use the word prognosticate a little too often, so I'll find another word. Chat, if you've got a better idea, let me know.
Bro, just tell chat to get their SAT vocab up.
I'm telling you what. So let's chat a little bit about that. So entering the transfer portal doesn't mean that you're necessarily forced to leave. It could be a player decision, could be a coach's decision. Do you think Trayon Webb could potentially come back with the situation that Florida has at running back with Jaden Ball we're still waiting on that finalized decision there. But do you think that if Florida maybe gets Jaden Ball back, but maybe strikes out on another transfer that we could potentially see him back? Or do you think that, maybe it's time for him to find a school where he can be able to get a little bit more playing time as RB1 or RB1B?
I think, go ahead. No, you got it.
Yeah, I think it's tough because I think Trayon Webb did everything the right way. Like he's a Gator, grew up a Gator, family ties. He graduated like after 2 years.
It's nuts.
Took me 6.
No surprise.
Trayon Webb would have had a PhD in the time I got my undergrad, but it just hasn't panned out for him. He's had some injuries. He's had to have multiple surgeries, and like we've talked about this before in the years past, like when you go to get a graduate degree, a lot of advisors would tell you like, hey, go somewhere else to get your graduate degree. I know there's a lot of like double Gators and there's a lot of pride in that, but it just hasn't worked out for him. And it might just be a situation where it's like, hey, I just need a fresh start. I need a new room. I need a new environment. I need a new everything just to go somewhere and get carries. Cause like, he's a guy that we're all super excited about being a legacy. Like he's a Gator through and through. Like there's some guys who hit the portal and I'm like, you don't have a home to come back to. And like, you're seeing these guys on like the portal graphics come out and there's like 4 logos. And I'm like, where are you going? Like in 10, 15 years, what sideline are you going back to? Like, what are we doing here? And that's not it's not the case for everyone. There's some guys in the portal that were told, hey, we don't have a spot for you here anymore. Well, no, coach, I want to be here. I want to be a Gator. And it's like, well, we don't have a spot for you. Like, go somewhere else.
That word looks crazy as hell.
Not all 4,000 people in the portal are there because they're chasing the bag. But I think he's done everything the right way. It wouldn't surprise me if he came back, but I don't know that that's like his intention. I think you're trying to go somewhere where not that you're guaranteed reps, but that there's a clear path where you're like, all right, if I stay healthy, I'm going to play a bunch this year. And he's putting in the time and the work to earn that.
No, great kid, man. What you think, Scarlett?
Yeah, man, I kind of feel like he made the right decision overall, man. Just honestly, just putting myself in his shoes in the situation he has with him. I'm pretty sure they're all boys. You know, they spent years together in the running back room. I'm pretty sure they know where each other is trying to go and what they're trying to do at this rate. So he probably realizes that ball is probably staying. I don't know if he's staying, guys. This is not breaking news, but you feel me? I'm sure he's talked to him. Right? And been like, you feel me? You staying or what? Because if you leave and I'm staying, you know what I'm saying? And obviously they probably came to some type of conclusion with that. And I mean, this is last year. I mean, he's graduated. Yes, he has an amazing degree, but at the same time, he has dreams. He wants to play in the NFL. Let's not get it twisted on what the original plan was. So I think he's going to go somewhere where he wants to get invested into. A school's going to invest into him, and they're going to play him. And
he's got what, 2 years left, Nick? Redshirt sophomore?
2 or 3.
Yeah, I believe so. But he's also in a situation where like I think he redshirted used an actual red shirt.
Yeah.
But he didn't play last year because of injuries, because of certain but that's not something you would have to even apply for a medical hardship until your time is done. So like he could have a 3 years left.
And can you imagine what's going to happen in 3 years? We're going to have lifelong college athletes by then.
I might go back.
Right, the way these boys be getting the pills, I might go ahead and go take my.
Yeah, I know they put you on a timeline, but they might retroact all of that too, man. I might might make a run at it, but I think it's getting back into this. He's been through a lot physically, man. Yeah. And you know, when the staffs change, you know, the guys that recruited you aren't there. You know, shout out to Webb. He was one of the best player recruiters, I think, in Florida history. He gets that award. Just an elite recruiter, even when he's a recruit and on campus. But to be coveted, right? Like Jordan was saying, to get re-recruited and get a staff that you know want you and that are chasing you and trying to lure you to their campus, there's a lot of equity in that. You know, I think he wants that as any athlete. You gotta want to be wanted, you know, and to show that and to know it's not just because you're a Gator, but just because you're entering the portal. I need a running back. Let me go out the web. You know, I think he wants that feeling, man. So. You need that. You need reps. You need snaps, right? And I thought like a lot of players can learn from what Webb did. Like show up to campus and be about your business. Like you are a student athlete, and you can set yourself up for options that are valuable, right? Like he ain't just jumping in the portal without a degree. He fully degreed up, so he's leaving the Gator and he can go get other degrees at another place while getting paid. But he gave himself options, bruh. So, you know, I applaud Webb for pulling up, taking care of business. Anytime I've ever been around, he's been an ultimate professional. Absolutely. I think he's gonna finish up his collegiate career in good fashion, man. I just pray health for the brother. That's it. Good health.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And we appreciate him coming on to Stadium and Gale. He came on with I think the same episode we had Deontay Robinson on the first time and told a great story. You know, again, a nephew of a Gator legend in D Webb. He had an opportunity to score 3 touchdowns at the University of Florida. His dream school, like Corey said, was a fantastic recruiter and keeping a lot of those guys in the class and in the fold. So certainly wish him the best in what he's going to do next. And I think that there's a lot of opportunity for him. And, you know, I wouldn't be surprised to see him at a super reputable school, not only athletically, but academically, for him to be able to pursue, not only his NFL dreams, which I'm sure he has, but also some academic goals for himself. And hopefully this isn't the last we see of Trayon Webb, around the University of Florida football program. And he wore the Gator logo proud. I know that he was a proud Florida Gator alum, and we certainly wish him the best. But ends his career, like I said, with 3 touchdowns, 2 in 2023, 1 in 2024, the season that he redshirted, and that was a touchdown against Miami in the first game of the year. Ended his career, I think, McNeese State, that's his freshman year, 71 yards, had 70 against Vanderbilt the year after. He showed off in that game, had a 43-yard run in that big game that we beat Vanderbilt 38-14 and then his second season had 6 rushes against Texas A&M for 37 yards and then 41 yards against Mississippi State in that big game. So best of luck to you, Trayon Webb. We certainly wish you the best. Since then, Evan Noel, the freshman kicker, who looks, I think it's just a situation where Florida's going to be looking to bring over some specialists, and it looks like Tulane specialists are the ones that are going to come over. But Evan Noel, who's the top ring kicker in the class last year, has entered his name into the transfer portal. I would imagine you guys don't have a ton of thoughts there. And then running back Jacobe Jackson has also entered his name into the transfer portal.
Yeah, I was surprised with the Jacobe Jackson. I think he snuck that a little last year, eligibility and right to go.
Yeah. He because of his injury, he only played 4 games last year, so he was able to apply for a medical hardship.
That's good. Honestly, I think he would have gotten a training camp workout of some sort, even if he did declare this year, just because of the logo behind him and obviously his body type and size. I think he's able to, do something in the league. But it's great that he gets another opportunity this year to go showcase his talent somewhere else. Where would he go? I don't know. I believe I saw him on an Ohio State visit.
He getting some good visits. He's at Auburn right now. He's getting some good visits, bro.
Yeah.
Don't put too much dip on your chip, now, nephew.
Listen. I'd had a conversation with him because he was trying to play bad last year. And I told him, I'm like, hey, I don't know where your head's at, but you might get paid more for a guaranteed roster spot in college if you get a medical hardship and play in college for another year than you will hoping on a practice squad check and potentially bouncing around. And if your visits are Ohio State and Auburn, you are certainly going to be getting a bigger check than you would be, as the 64th player on the 53-man roster.
Well, that's a fact. He definitely made the right decision with that. Just watching the offers and not the offers, but the visits and stuff, I've been looking like, it's going good for him. But I hope he makes the right decision overall, man, to try to narrow down the decisions and making sure the offensive line's in place. And obviously that you're the most invested running back in that room, because you just don't want to be another piece to the puzzle. And then you stuck in the same situation you really could have been here. Right? I'm not saying he's not capable of starting at Ohio State or Auburn, but I just want him to make sure that he knows that they're investing in you the most in that room. And it's just kind of like the NFL now. When they invest the most money into a guy, that guy plays whether you're talented more or not. It can be a freshman that's coming in that's way better than you. Hey, we'll see about that next year. But as of now, we're getting our money's worth out of this guy. So I hope that makes that into the decision.
Yeah, he's a great locker room guy. The team loved him. He was super vocal last year. Real high energy.
Good dude, man. Really good dude. We had him on the show, and then we had him in our media day. Just all around, just great down to earth dude that found an opportunity really late when he was in JUCO. I think he was caught up in high school during COVID, and he didn't get the opportunity he wanted. He went to junior college to get an opportunity, and now he has the opportunity to hopefully make. He's going to be making 6 figures, which is fantastic. And hopefully give himself an opportunity in his next school to show out. I just hope it's not against Florida. But after that, I think he's a guy that could potentially make the NFL.
Yeah. Running backs it's so tricky with even the NFL. Like, even with no shots, it's just real talk. I thought Jordan would play longer in the NFL. Right, a running back is such a finicky position where they really don't see a long shelf life unless you like super elite. they'll churn you out for the younger guy next year just cause sometimes. So I think it's important for him to maximize his last year. I wish that was a guy we could keep. Like, I'm gonna be real with you. Like, looking at some of the other guys that they're looking at bringing in, like Jacobe Jackson. I know everybody's want Bar, and I get it. Like, he's the guy in that room, but Jacobe got busy. And we didn't have one of the greatest lines ever, and he got busy. That spring game, he just got hurt this year. So, you know how football is, man. You only funky as your last cut. It's like, it's a what have you done for me lately? But when Jacobe's healthy, he's really good. Ohio State ain't calling him. Auburn ain't calling him. These are real programs. They're not calling him for no reason. He's not taking these visits. There's a million running backs in the portal. Right. So I wish that was a guy we could keep in the fold. I don't know numbers, who's offering what. I don't want to get anybody's business, but I wish that was a guy we could keep.
Yeah, especially with losing 4 running backs, right? You lost Trayon Webb, Katie Daniels, Jacobe Jackson, and Gasper in there. I don't know if there's a chance that Florida keeps one of them. I don't know what their plan is. I know the plan is to try to keep Jaden Ball in the fold. And right now there's no reason for me to think that Jaden Ball is leaving. He's not in the transfer portal. I think things are progressing nicely there, but just from a depth perspective, I don't know how much better you're going to get depth perspective wise, but I'm not a talent evaluator. So
yeah, I feel like we're going to be, I'm sorry to cut you off, but I feel like we'll be all right, bro. I feel like as long as we can keep Ball, and we got some young puppies there. We got Byron Lewis, right? Heritage Cat, and Duke Clark, who's coming back as well. He has a little bit of experience in some big games last year. Like, we got dudes still in that backfield. And high school, we still got to account for that. We're going to always get 1 or 2.
Mm-hmm.
If you did grab one out the portal, I feel like as long as we got our RB1, you really can't be mad at these cats, man. Ain't nobody trying to sit here and just watch this cat run up and down the field, bro. And you seeing everybody else walking over, getting money other places and getting opportunities to play. They'll be a fool to sit here and just hope and wish that our coach will put me in, or hope and wish that, you feel me, it can be a running back by committee. That's just not going to happen. I mean,
yeah, I get that.
There's going to be a lot of chance, man.
Yeah, exactly. You're going to have a bunch of chance man lined up on the bench, just waiting for us. You feel me? So I don't blame these cats at all. They're super talented, man. I think I was watching a podcast earlier and they were saying it's the difference between good players and great players. Like, good players are okay with being a special teams guy, sitting behind a great player like that and just going along for the ride. Even in the NFL aspect, it's a lot of good players that are willing to sit behind somebody for years and just collect this check and do things. And there's also great players who hold themselves to a higher standard, in which I'm kind of pissed off that I'm a backup, and obviously that's not the best way to do it. You should always be a team player, but that just happens when you expect yourself to be great. You don't want to sit here and just watch another person be great on the field when you know you're capable of doing the same thing.
Yeah.
You're never a backup on this pod, Jordan.
Here's my take on, like, every position, right? Just watching, like, how college football has been, right? So most likely you're only going to have all these guys 1 year. Like, nothing's guaranteed, like, next year. Whoever you bringing in, none of this is guaranteed. From the high school recruiting to transfer portal, et cetera. These guys can just decide next year, or productivity-wise, they don't put up numbers that make sense. They could be gone next year. I think regardless of what Ball's is doing, regardless of what the running back, we should be trying to get the best running backs that we can possibly get. Like, I think we should be very active with getting running backs on campus, recruiting them, and trying to get them in the fold and get the best running backs that are possible for us to go win football games. By whatever metric you're using, right? If it's PFF, if it's I don't know, production that's on paper, whatever makes sense for the value, go get the best available player at every position, because next year this whole roster may be totally different. And I mean that for every position: running back, lineman, D-line, linebacker, safety, corner. At every position, go try to get the best available, because next year this roster could be 50 new guys.
Yeah. Just speaking of the running back position, sorry, Corey, to kind of go back to what we were talking about, is Pete Nakos, who usually puts these things in when he knows it's going to happen. Evan Pryor, the former Ohio State running back who was there for 2 years and then spent 2 years with Cincinnati. He just put in the recruiting prediction machine, crystal ball, whatever you want to call it, for Florida to land him. He had 76 carries, 522 yards, 3 touchdowns, 6.9 yard average originally from North Carolina, has 1 year left. So again, that's one of those, sometimes these things just solve themselves.
Yeah, I mean, he's a 6-year guy. He's cool, right? You know.
I mean, it's just depth.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I mean, he replaces Jacobe Jackson, right? You know, you would like to keep Jack Cheese because of the familiarity with the program, etc. But he's just another 6-year guy, which Jacobe is as well. You know, that gives you 1 year, so you replace Jacobe with a guy that's pretty much Jacobe again. I don't think he's any better. I think you just pretty much got the same guy. But Jacoby's coming off injury. This guy's not.
Yeah, 5'9", 195. Again, this is going to be something that could happen shortly, today, tomorrow, could happen later this week, could not happen. But that's just a name to be familiar with. That's Evan Pryor, the running back from Cincinnati over there.
But
3 touchdowns. Let's see, 6.9 yards per attempt. The year before, 56 carries, 418 yards, 6 touchdowns. A little bit of a receiving threat, not a ton. 10 receptions this year, 15 receptions the year before. He did have a long of 80 in 2024. No fumbles in his entire career, which is a good stat to have. His best games doesn't UCF, Baylor, Oklahoma State. So, you know, again, you know, just a name to be on the lookout for there. So Jaden Ball is still the name that we are waiting to see if he is, but currently not in the transfer portal. So until he does.
Let me get my joke off. Let me get my joke off.
Oh boy. All
my Catholics will understand.
Yeah. Oh, man. It's the white smoke. The Catholic white smoke.
That's black smoke.
Black smoke, but isn't the white smoke when they
white smoke means you got a new pope.
Black smoke means
no new pope. No new pope. No decision has been made.
No decision's been made. Okay. There you go. It's my yeah. Okay.
So always gotta be black or white, man.
It does. Yeah, I mean, my my memory of the conclave is limited. Neo, let us know that Baugh is going. Trust me, he's gone. So if you guys want to listen to Neo,
Neo's got the juice. Neo's got the insider heat.
Neo's got the juice. Pup Howard to UCF. Thanks, Ace Wade. Did I say USF? Did I say UCF? My apologies. Yeah. USF. Let's go through Sharif Denson to Ole Miss, Hayden Hansen, Oklahoma, Tavoris Brown, North Carolina,
which was crazy. Go ahead.
Forest.
Yeah, I thought Tavares, I didn't expect that. I do think he's a huge kid. You can't teach that type of size. Really big dude. At the minimum, you pay him just to get off the bus first. Like that type of kid. Looks impressive, but I was shocked to see him end up at Carolina. But those type of trend sizes is rare. And I do want to point out like where these kids are going versus where Dan Mullen poor kids were going. Like these guys are going to legit stops. They're not going to, you know, Troy State.
No.
Pup need reps. So Pup going to USF, he don't need to get in a lot of position battles right now. He need to get healthy and get reps. So I don't mind that.
USF's building a bit of a squad coaching wise down there. They've got a dude. Yeah, Hartline's got himself a great
menace. Like, why couldn't he go to Cal?
Because Cal stinks. Like, that's what.
Yeah, but like
USF is a good starter job, bro.
I'm saying, just get him away from us. Like he's been taking.
He shouldn't affect us.
He's been convincing kids from South Florida to live in Columbus, Ohio.
USF should not affect what we got going on, bro. I don't care who they got there. They can have Jesus Christ from Nazareth at USF, and that shouldn't affect what we got going on.
Brian Hartline.
Y'all ain't got no stadium right now. I don't care if y'all
they're building one.
That's a great pitch point. It's on the way. Look at the pictures. Look at the
you may not be kid. You mean they building one? You may not be here in 3 months, bro.
That's a fact.
Nobody going to the transfer portal to USF right now is going to play in that new stadium. That's for sure.
No.
I don't think Brian Hartline's going to coach in that new stadium if we're keeping it a beam.
Okay.
He'll be out of there. Yeah, it don't take long.
But it doesn't mean you're not selling it right now.
Oh, absolutely.
You'll never step foot in there.
Absolutely.
Every kid that's going to USF got in mind that I'm about to go ball out and into the portal.
Yeah. Or give them an opportunity to ball out and make the NFL.
What conference are they in?
AAC, American.
AAC.
I think Pup can
Same as
shine. I think USF, or I think Pup can shine at USF.
For sure.
I think Pump is talented. I think he's a talented linebacker. I know that there was some injury issues. I don't know what else there was, but I think Pup is a very talented kid. Highly taught out of high school. I thought did well at South Carolina. We were pumping his tires on this show. Florida has some beasts at linebackers. So just didn't work out. Got them all back, which is what you want.
I don't know, man. I still think even with linebacker, like just quick little take, I still think we should be aggressive there. It's me. I don't think love Aaron Childs, but I don't think he showed me a lot. Just my
First
take.
guy off the bus.
First guy off the bus should be, I think, moved to the edge. That's just my take. But I think linebacker room, Miles Graham has been an absolute stud. Jaden Robinson, okay, in my opinion. Like the kid, but I think he's okay. I think that's a spot too. We should try to get the absolute best players possible, bro, because next semester they may not be here. That's how the game's being played right now.
But it's so
they'll be here next semester because they got rid of the second portal.
Yeah, right. But I'm saying
next season.
Don't you think it's so tough to do that though? Like as a coach, right now let's just say 4-star athlete in the portal. I'm telling you, hey sir, come play linebacker for me. I got Miles Graham and another guy who were starters for us last year, but you can come over here right now and potentially fight for a job. When I got USF screaming, you'll come and be the starter right now. I got Kentucky saying you'll be the starter right now. I got Missouri saying
don't tell nobody. My approach to that, Jordan, is this, right? So when the offseason hit, all these guys got to get new contracts. My approach would be, where are the best linebackers in the country right now? Like who actually out here eating and killing? Like we're evaluating the entire country. I'm talking about Power 4, Power 5, G5, whatever it may be. We scouring the country for the best linebackers, right? And I want the best, because what Kurt Signelli is doing, even like dudes like that, Indiana, they're getting dudes that are in their 5th, 6th year.
Yeah.
That are grown, older men, not 18, 19-year-old kids. Again, older men that are very good right now, give you one good year. And they're scouring the country for those type of kids and bringing them in to go beat on 18, 19-year-old kids that we put on the field. So you got to go get the best absolute player at some of these positions. And that's going to take sometimes. It's risky and it's costly. Retention is cheaper. But I think the approach right now, if 23, 24-year-olds, the way this is going, when they get that many years, them playing against 18, 19-year-olds, that's going to be the recipe.
No, I get it. I just feel like it's just so tough. Like, you don't want to scare away your guy like Miles Graham. You feel me?
Oh, nobody's beating out Miles Graham.
That's what I'm saying. But how do you expect to come bring in a filler behind him? Who do you going to bring in?
Who's beside Miles Graham? That's who you filling in. You need two Miles Grahams.
Right. You're right. You can find 2 Miles Grahams, but even that's difficult because now you pitching a pretty penny on one room. You have a certain budget for that room, and hey, Miles Graham is my guy that's getting paid this. We just retained him. We made him a Gator. Not anybody else coming in at this position has to make less than him. It can't be equal to. In that point, I think that's the problem where they're running into like budgeting per, you feel me, position group, and they're like, okay, well, we just pay Miles Graham a bag. I like this other linebacker that's came from whatever small G5 school, whatever the case may be. He's a baller. He's in his last year. He can come and produce for us. We can't pay you the bag. Well, guess what? It's about 7 other SEC teams. If you even shopping just SEC, let's just not say it's even a Florida thing. Okay, SEC schools, maybe 3 or 4 offering you the same amount of bag with the opportunity to be the bona fide guy. You're not playing Robin the Batman in that situation. I feel like that's a problem that we falling into right now as Florida. We have a lot of Batmans already on the team, and we're still trying to recruit more Batmans, and that's just not gonna happen.
Nah, man, there's other programs got more Batmans, bro. They just got more money. I'm gonna be real with you. There's programs that got more
What is his
Batmans.
name,
They all in
Alfred?
the playoffs. Like
They got more Alfreds.
They got more Alfreds or rich dead parents like Batman had. But yeah, I think a lot of it's like it's a nuanced thing. It's a lot of moving factors into all of this, into like player acquisition. It ain't just recruiting. It's also like each team got their own salary cap now. Mm-hmm. So it's not like the NFL where everybody got the same cap and you're operating off the same, platform. Now everybody got their own thing going on. And I don't know everybody's budget, but there are some programs out there right now, man, that are getting absolute guys at positions of not even need. They're just getting guys, the best dudes available. Like the rich is getting richer right now in the portal. If you look at the teams that are eating in the portal right now, they're doubling down on positions they already good at. They're not just getting just need. They're going and get the backup. Like right now, we be talking about, and it's just like nothing's negative. It's just what I see, right? This is all perspective. People take it how they want to. Tweets don't have tones, right? And that's the thing about podcasts. When I get on here and talk, nobody's ever mad or anything, right? It's just paying attention on what's going on around the country, right? There are teams that are like in the playoffs right now, and they're making splashes. They're going to get the best players from other SEC programs, proven Power 4 guys that are productive. They're going to load up more. Kirk Signetti, everybody was selling that Cinderella story of him, doing it with a cheap budget. Go look at the timeline. Go look at what they're doing right now. They dropping bags on the best, oldest players available in absolutely every position. And every team that's in the playoffs right now, they're very aggressive with trying to go get the best players available in the portal because that's just what it is. So I understand we do got some guys that we had to retain. We're in a different spot. Like, perspective-wise, too, we got caught at the beginning of NIL in hindsight with a lame duck coach. We got a coach that wasn't prepared for that, right? And that set us back on reality, right? We got set back with hiring Napier when NIL went public and it became a thing. Now we got a guy that's new to Power 4 football, new to the SEC, doesn't have a ton of experience, trying to nuance and balance all of these things when it pertains to NIL, player acquisition, all of this changing. Billy Napier wasn't a guy that could handle that. He was still trying to catch up to the SEC coaches like Kirby Smart and the dudes has been active and winning, right? He's still trying to get his feet on the rim. Now he got to deal with NIL. We got set back. Like losing early in a new era is never a good thing. But I think the only way to get to success right now, the way things are operating, is money. A lot of it. Like Texas Tech is only relevant because they throwing a boatload of money at a problem.
But is it that, or is it really the coaching too? You feel me? Like I think that
combination of both.
I feel like we're getting so lost in the money and that we don't realize all these teams that are in the playoffs right now are literally great coaches, whether it's on the offensive end or defensive end.
I don't think Texas Tech got a great coach.
Shit, that defensive coordinator doing something right. Yeah. I can't even name you 3 players on that defense right now who was somebody who was highly rated. Yes, they're paid because Texas
beat us for a lot of guys. I knew Texas Tech was on like about to do something last year because when we got in the portal, guys that we were trying to bring, they never would even make it to Florida. There was a lot of guys that we were in it with Texas Tech and they never even made it. I'm like, what the hell is Texas Tech doing? That's when they learned me something. I was like, man, I didn't know Texas Tech had that type of bread, and they do. But
they're payrolled by the oil and gas industry and by one particular guy that's on the board that sold his company for billions. That is ready.
4.1 billion.
Yeah, he's ready to throw whatever money. I mean, he just played.
Right, but I'm just more.
They just paid quarterback of Cincinnati.
But I'm saying, even look at a team like Texas Longhorns. They have all the money in the world, all the resources in the world. They're just not good. The coaching is not up to par. Like. You have to have great coaching to be able to make it to the playoffs and win in this.
They only missed the playoffs 1 year though with Sark, right? And I think like only one team could win it all, right? Yeah. But success is bigger than just a national championship. It's winning rivalries. It's getting players into Heisman races. It's winning the conference. It's getting to the playoffs. Like all of that is success. And then that success breeds like people wanting to throw more money at it. When boosters see, we got some momentum, we got some motion, Let me throw more money at it. So I think regardless, like every team, like in Georgia, people was pointing at like Kirby not winning it all. Kirby has never missed the playoffs. Like you can't point at Kirby as an example of not to spend money. Georgia's spending money, and Georgia hasn't missed the playoffs with Kirby. It's working. Like you got to get to the playoffs, and that is a successful season. Steve Spurrier only won one natty, and he's one of the greatest coaches of all time. You know why he's one of the greatest coaches of all time? Because he dominated the SEC with conference championships. That's still success. It ain't championship or bust. That's a false narrative for like these new fans. No, bro, like winning your conference, even winning the side of a conference, it's not a thing no more. But we used to like be so like just bougie when some of our coaches won the East. We used to look at McElwain and Mullen like, man, you celebrating the East?
Yeah, shit. You'd be grateful now to even be in Atlanta.
Come on, I'd be grateful to be in the final couple of weeks in
it's a form of success, bro. Yeah. Like all that is success, and it breeds people wanting to throw more money and invest in it, bro.
No, I 100% agree. I think winning definitely fixes a lot of our problems, but what has to come from winning is, I think, great coaching. I feel like we had great players and poor coaching. Like 100%. We had the opportunity this 100%. Season. We literally had a terrible coaching staff to like
spot on
5-star roster. Like I was a Florida Gator myself. I can look at that roster last year and say we were not better than guys. Like that's what has me so stuck on Super with like I'm just hoping and praying that Summerall could turn this thing around and he built the right coaching staff to be able that we can be a high-powered offense or whatever our niche is, whether it's offense or defense or both. Something needs to be great. Something needs to, you feel me, take over the program. And I feel like that's what a lot of these teams in the playoffs are doing. Like Indiana coach, for example, you look up his resume. He's won everywhere he's been at. And that's not just because the boatload of money. You feel me? Obviously, that's a plus to it, but it's something in his philosophy. It's something that he's teaching these kids. It's something that he's showing these kids that, hey, we need to buy in, and he's holding dudes to a certain standard. I don't think we held dudes to a certain standard last year. It was rumors going around about Lagway. It was rumors going around about other players with some stuff. And like, I don't think we ever held our players to the right standard last year to be a playoff team, to be a championship team. So until that's done, I feel like the money is irrelevant because we just need to fix the first stage of being a good football team, which is discipline, hard work, and all of that. And most of that will fall into play once you following the rules of this rule book. You feel me? The football guys ain't gonna bless you unless you feeding into the food. You got to feed him. So
I think that worked in old school. You don't have them long enough to do that no more, Jordan.
I know, but I'm saying just one season buying in, right? Let's just say one season everybody bought in and everybody's feeling like, hey man, we grinding for each other. If y'all boys ain't getting work after practice, man, you dead wrong. Like I want to see everybody after practice getting extra work. It shouldn't be coach blow the whistle to call it up and everybody else to feel
different. That buy-in is from program guys, bro. We're in a different era. There are no more program guys.
Or is it from your coach expecting that from you? Your coach shouldn't expect bare minimum. Your coach shouldn't expect average. I feel like a lot of times these coaches already paid. They're like, hey, I've done my part as the coach. We had our 2 hours of practice and hours of meeting before. It's up to you guys to do it now. No, these are still kids. You got to show these boys that we need.
Signetti's not getting kids. That's the thing. Like Signetti formula, everybody know it now. And it only works for a while, and then you got to adjust. Like Mike Norvell had one good year of being very aggressive in the portal like nobody else, and they went on a run, and then they faded away, right? So even Indiana, they recognize what they did. They're not people are gonna copy that model and try to go get old guys that are productive old guys that you can get that are just older than everybody, strong, and they're grown ass men. And then those grown ass men, you ain't got to beg to be accountable because they're a little bit more mature. That formula is out there. That's why Indiana, they wasn't spending before, but now they are now because they know to sustain that success, you got to adjust. You can't stay the same because everybody is going to duplicate that same model trying to get old veteran guys. But that's the model that they did. Getting older guys, you know, it's different getting a 24-year-old and getting an 18-year-old out of high school and holding him accountable. Like he ain't got kids, he ain't trying to go to the NFL. He don't see the world the same between 18 and 24. So I think like programs too, I think is just dying. Like we just watched. I thought the way Billy was trying to do it, I think the way Dabo was trying to do it, is the right way to do it. You build through the high school ranks and you supplement through the portal. But you trying to build and spend a lot of money through the high school ranks was buying 5 stars those are expensive coming out of high school. You're not getting them for cheap. They cost just what those old veterans may cost. Maybe the veterans may be cheaper, right? Those 1-year deals of G5 guy that's 28, like he's gonna be cheaper than a 5-star coming out of high school. So the approach is changing. I think like just like from a philosophical, whatever that word is, man.
Philosophical.
There we go. I think from that standpoint, you gotta like adjust your strategy to like talent acquisition to what's successful right now. There are some programs like Georgia is still doing it the Napier way, building through high school, but they're actually winning. So that strategy works if you're winning. But Indiana wasn't winning. So what Indiana had to do is they got very unique with going to get very old guys that work, that you can get for a budget. They're older, they're stronger, they're more structured, they're more responsible, they're more accountable. You go get those guys for a little cheaper, and you let them old men beat the shit out of these 18-year-old kids. That was just
especially with that COVID year.
Yeah,
they're coached well though too.
They are.
And part of it is probably being mature.
Every team in the playoffs is coached well. Like that's you can't. That's just a given. You got to be coached well.
Second fewest penalty yards per game, best turnover margin in the country. They don't drop. They don't let go of the football. They only have 8 turnovers all season. Third down defense is 3rd in the country, and they lead in 3rd down conversions. They don't. This guy said they don't do dumb stuff. Bad loses more than good wins, and they don't do bad things.
Yeah. I talked about it last week from just even a recruit standpoint, because we're in the NIL world, there are gonna be some kids right now. There are gonna be some 5-stars that go to Georgia, Alabama, LSU, sit their freshman year, and they're gonna get brought to a meeting, at the end of the season after their freshman year and say, "Hey, you weren't productive. You need to take a pay cut." And there's also gonna be a kid that goes to FIU, and go ball out his freshman year. And he's going to have a different meeting. He's going to go tell the coaches at FAU and FIU, "Hey, I'm sitting out the bowl game because it's $800,000 out there for me right now, and I'm out of here." Like, all of this is changing. Like, some of the lower level programs is a farm league system. All of this is chess. And I think people need to look at it a little bit different because the game is adjusting and changing. I think high school recruiting, until the NCAA changed some rules here and there's more guardrails on how players can transfer, you gotta go get old guys, man. And you can't be spending a lot of money on 5-stars out of high school no more.
Yeah,
because
which is interesting.
Go ahead.
Well, I was just gonna say it's just interesting. It's so different than the way that we thought 3 years ago, 4 years ago on this show, right? We were like, let's build through the high school ranks, and that wasn't just a Billy Napier thing or the way that Florida's doing it. It's just the way that we thought. It's like you go supplement your team with where your gaps are, and now it's almost like, hey, if I pay a guy $1.5 million as a 5-star, maybe he's 3rd or 4th on the depth chart. He plays some, maybe doesn't show out. When he comes back his next year, maybe those dollars aren't the same. And now is that person's feelings hurt? How does that person react? Does that person then enter the transfer portal? How does that booster then feel that he gave $1.5 million and that guy was 3rd on the depth chart? Doesn't mean that he's a bad player. They're 18 years old, and in a lot of cases, Vanderbilt's case, Indiana's case, UCLA, a number of other schools, a lot of their roster is 4th, 5th, 6-year guys. And so
Vandy's old.
Vanderbilt is very old, right? And so, how does that change and how does that mold? And, what does that do to impact your 5-stars? And those guys are always going to have money. Those guys are always going to have offers for a lot of money. But what do schools do to modify and change the way that they do things moving forward? Because it's not necessarily tenable to necessarily just build in the high school ranks, because maybe there's an affinity. Maybe we pay them pretty well. Maybe they believe in our coaching. Maybe they believe in our development, but maybe we can't pay them what they were getting paid before. Maybe we over recruit that person. So it's just a very different world of 1-year roster management. And I don't envy the coaches. I don't envy the personnel staff. I don't envy all of this because it's an absolute mess right now.
Yeah. And most importantly, I think guardrails got to be put up. Like right now, the way it is, it ain't sustainable. We talked about it last week from a fan perspective, but just from continuity, like these kids need some type of structure and insurance, right? I don't know what that looks like, but yeah, shout out to Greg. Greg, like get with the players and unionize, Greg. Maybe that's your next bag and your next endeavor in life. But no, I think there's got to be some insurance and assurance from to keep this thing sustainable in a way that makes sense. Where development, because the model now, like development is gonna suffer. Quarterback development is down. I think overall development is down. Players jumping from roster to roster. Eventually, the sport is gonna suffer. That's why everybody's looking for old guys that they don't have to develop. Because the coach is, I gotta win right now, and to win right now, I don't got time to take this 18-year-old quarterback and teach him the ropes. He need to come in ready to win right now because I'm giving him $2 million, $3 million, and that's a waste of bread if he's just sitting on the bench developing and learning how to play. Like the game is it's a lot of moving parts, and I think the strategy is everybody's trying to figure out what works. If you're winning right now, you're ahead of the game. If you're in NIL right now, and you got winning, players are gonna want to stick around a little longer because you are winning. So that's a good platform and a good foundation if you're winning right now. But if you're not winning right now in this networking and this like how things are working, you got to do the Signetti move, because how are you gonna get to wins to be able to sustain player retention? Because that's the only way to do it is wins. Like the successful teams like Georgia. Even the Bama reputation, they can still build through, and they losing some guys, but they can still build through high school and keep certain guys, and they got the time to develop. But most of these coaches don't have 3-4 years to see their recruiting class get to the 4th year. Signetti changed all that. Like,
I mean, I think Miami's the only team in the Final Four that are left that has really kind of built some of their roster through the high school rank.
I mean, all they're important.
I mean,
guys.
The offensive line and the defensive line, at least. I mean, they've really gone after the transfer portal, right? And it was really expensive.
Honestly,
but
great about the portal.
But Ole Miss largely transfer portal. Indiana almost all transfer portal. Oregon a little bit of a mix of both, but a lot of transfer portal. And it's just not. It's different than, I guess, what we thought. I think a couple of years ago, we all thought, hey, build through high school recruiting, and then
we were thinking logical.
Yeah,
like nothing of what's going on right now is logical business and like logical sports. This is his own creature, bro. Like the way college football and college athletics is set up right now, it's his own monster. So of course we were thinking, you build any team, free agency in any sport. You can't build a roster and a team off of it, but there's no way.
But you also have so like there's also no accountability because there's no salary cap. You're not going to get a salary cap or like a true free agency until there's a collective bargaining. You're not going to get collective bargaining until the schools admit that they're employees so that you can have representatives to collectively bargain. You've got agents who have never done anything. A bunch of information that gets thrown out there. There's no way to check what another school is doing. If I'm Florida and I call Corey and he's Clemson, like, hey man, did you really offer Jordan $2 million? He's not going to tell you what you offered. They
tell each other. They definitely tell each other. From experience, they tell each other, bro. Like they definitely. These coaches are
and then you get a school. I don't want to throw a school under the bus, so we'll make up, Texas, Northeastern Texas State Tech is just like, hey, we've got enough money to overspend on 5 guys. And that will show people that we're trying. Hey, we went and we got these names that and now you're inflating the market because you've given a receiver a certain number and you're like, whoa. Now you've got receivers who are better who are like, hey, that's the new number. It's like, that's not the number. This team just overspent because they wanted to show that they were doing something, and they spent on 4 players, and they're not going to compete
still the same
for a conference championship. There's
a new like team in every sport that usually pushes the envelope a little bit, right? When it comes to like the highest paid player per position, there's always a new number like every couple of years where you're like, whoa, he got paid what? And it resets the market.
Right.
Like Gretch was talking, I think it was Gretch in the comments saying that high school players shouldn't get paid. I mean, technically, I agree with that, right? Like, I wouldn't pay a high school kid wouldn't want to pay a high school kid out of high school coming to college, hasn't proven anything, a boatload of millions of dollars without proving anything, right?
Yeah.
but somebody's gonna offer it.
Yeah, she's a dog though, bro. That's what I was.
Jeremiah Smith, bro.
Yeah,
worth every penny.
It don't matter.
Yes,
Any of them.
It's
like
an outlier. It's an outlier.
Before NIL was a thing, like Florida was just offering kids a scholarship, and then Bama coming in and say, "Hey, we got
Charger.
We got a Charger and $200,000 and a job for your mama." Somebody's gonna offer it. Like real talk, Jordan.
I already know how it go. I've been
there's a Bama booster that got a Toyota dealership down in Miami. We get you a job there, get you $200,000, a Charger. Somebody's gonna pay.
Statute of limitations on this. What was Jordan Scarlett getting paid to tote the rock in Florida? Just scholarship, just opportunity and education.
About the rules. I mean, it was some. Let me shut up.
Yeah, it was some. I'm about to say it was some. I know it's some. I had some others and other places, but I wasn't trying.
You ain't know how to move. That's all.
But, yeah. I had some up the road now up north. I had my St. Thomas ties trying to get me up to Ohio State, but your boy was not down for the cold.
Yeah, no, that's a different bag.
Yeah, I was not down for the cars in the cold, so I took my talents where I was close to home.
Yeah, I like the transfer
Canada
fees
Goose
thing.
NIL. If you're trying to get me to go up there,
I like advance with the transfer fees.
Yeah. Let me pull this up. We've got we've got a lot of not a lot. We've got 4 super chats that I want to get through. Let's just run through them quickly. Dubster 37, appreciate you. What up, 2-5 guys? I'm getting excited about this year.
I'm excited about every year, man.
I'm excited about this year because the roster is not as harsh as it's been the last 2 years.
No, the schedule. The roster is harsh.
I mean, the schedule is my fault. You're right. AI just tripped me up.
AI tripped you up. Lauren Vinoy, one of my favorite people from Jacksonville. She is
my dog.
The canary in the coal mine. Great coaches spot the chemistry money can't buy. 100%. I mean, I think that's a big thing, right? I mean, yes, you have to get the talent, but every coach that is in the playoffs, any coach that's competing is good coaches, right? They're going to make mistakes. They're not perfect. There's flaws in every single person, but 100% right. And that's a big part of getting people in the transfer portal, right? Now you only get 1, but with 2, you got to make sure you're getting the right people, and you got to make sure that you're bringing in the right leadership. You got to see how that augments with the team that you have currently. How well are they going to get along? What do they bring to the table? What do they not bring to the table? What are other people going to do? Not everybody's going to be a starter. You need some glue guys. You need some people that can step up, but you also need people that can coach and develop some of these guys. Most of these guys in the transfer portal probably not going to make the NFL. So a lot of these guys are looking for other opportunities. And what can they do to be around my redshirt freshman that I think is going to, have a great year this year. My sophomore that's really stepping up. Is this person going to be able to help develop them and coach them and, be the eyes and the ears on the field, but also off the field in the film room and when they're playing PlayStation or Xbox or when they're, doing their, random drills and at the gym together. So thanks, Lauren. Vance Signetti said it. Production is greater than potential. Corey, I think that you hit on that. And then Vance again, how much would it be helped if schools had to pay transfer fees to other programs to get players? I think this is a little bit like the loan system that they do in European soccer. I don't know anything about European soccer, so I could be wrong. But there's a loaning fee. But if a transfer fee, I don't know how you do that. I don't know what that would look like, but I mean, do you guys have thoughts? How much would it be helped if schools had to pay a transfer fee to other programs to get players?
I think that there's no way to stop tampering, right? Then nobody's policing it. Like clearly, Ball is not in the portal, and teams are definitely recruiting him, right?
Yeah, like, we know what teams are recruiting him. We're like, wait a second, he's not even in the transfer portal.
He's not even in the portal.
Wait, Texas is talking to him?
Bro,
yeah. Ohio State's out?
Jaden Ball is going to take a visit to Ohio State. I'm like, how? What?
Not even in the portal, man. But it's not nobody police. There's no portal police. There's no tampering police. Nobody's really regulating this, man. NCAA is a figment of your imagination. It's not a real thing. Like they don't have any power. So I like that, man. Putting something where some type of buyout. It's pretty much a buyout clause. If you come to get a kid, I think contracts need to be longer.
Somebody just signed a 2-year contract. I forgot. I don't know if it was the Indiana quarterback.
It's that guy, right?
Well, no, I know it's not new, but it's like it's getting into the ethos of like these are other things that can happen. I know that you might, and I know that you guys don't disclose deals, but I think a lot of people thought that most players were on when there was 2 transfer portals. You had your fall, winter 6 months, and then you had your spring, summer 6 months. I think that's what a lot of people thought. And that's still maybe the case for a lot, but
there are buyouts in contracts. There are multi-year contracts. That stuff is happening. And I mean, I can only speak to like the year or so, but like that is definitely becoming more standard across the board.
Yeah, I just haven't seen it. So like most of these kids, their contracts are expiring at the end of the year, and then they could just jump in the portal or not. That's where it came across to the average fan. Like they're getting the contract that went from the summer to the winter time, Christmas break. Everybody was freed up, and now they could just jump in the portal, and they had to like renegotiate with what seems like everybody. But I think longer contracts could clean up a lot of this. The buyouts, could keep teams from tampering. If you don't mind being tampered, if you're going to help me by giving me a buyout to go get the next kid, right? That just money is the king right now. So if you give me some cash from what I invested in this kid and development of them, etc., right? That's a good. Most people that are contributing to the NIL was a booster. They will appreciate that, right? Like some kickback on what they've already invested with trying to get a kid, into their program, develop him, and etc. So, yeah, I think you need some type of recourse in that fashion. I ain't mad at that super chat.
Yeah, it was the North Texas quarterback for 2 years, $7.5 million at Oklahoma.
Holy shit!
That motherfucker, yeah.
At Oklahoma State.
Oh, that's
Oklahoma State has some money, man.
Something.
Everybody got money, bro. Like the game is never gonna be the same, bro. Like it's a money game.
You got to just spin it right. And I'm almost happy at this stage. I'm not too happy with the way we've been moving in the portal. Don't get me wrong now, fans. I don't want y'all to say I'm happy with the guys that we've just recently got.
Sunshine Pumper.
I'm not that pleased. So I'm going to be honest with that. But I'm also honest that we haven't like broke the bank and overspent on these guys in the portal. Like it's one thing to spend some money and get a return on your investment, but it hurt a whole lot more when you threw down the bag on somebody and they just gave you nothing but shit and nothing else in the other.
Yeah.
I'd rather be sorry with knowing that we still got some money left over to go invest into in the next couple of years. Let's just say the 5-star we got out of high school, what's his name, Will Griffin.
Yep.
Let's just say he pans out to be something within the next year or two, and we can remain him a Gator. I want to have some capital and some money to build around him for the future. Like I get it. Each and every season, I want to win. I want to make it to the championship, but we got to be realistic, fellas. We're at rock bottom right now. I was telling my brother this today. I said one thing I like about this head coach. He literally has no pressure on him. He's literally starting from rock bottom. Like they
don't pressure him. I just saw a tweet that said, "We are the Tulane Yellow Jacket Gators."
I mean, a little bit. A little bit. Staff wise, player acquisition wise, I mean a little bit.
But that's how it's going to be, right? Like you went 4-8 last year. I mean, the logo is heavy and there is a lot of money to be made. You went 4-8 last year. You had a coaching staff that went under 500 for 3 years. Those are important years for these guys, whether they were in high school, whether they've been in college. And are you going to throw your last year of development in? Yeah, we think that Buster Faulkner is a good offense coordinator. Yeah, John Summerall's got a good reputation. Yeah, Phil Trotwine's got a great reputation. Yeah, a lot of our other coaches do. But if I have 1 year, am I going to go to the 4-8 school? Or am I going to try to go somewhere first? And then if that doesn't work out, kind of work your way back. And like, unfortunately, that's where Florida's at right now.
They'll go to wherever the money's at. That's why I say money is the answer to everything. These kids don't care about winning or development.
But if money is the same, or there's a small delta, let's just say 5-10%, would you be willing to take a 5% cut for a chance that, hey, I'm going to go to a coach that's played in the playoffs? Probably.
The thing is, it's like the corporate world.
But Corey, real quick, it's kind of like the corporate world. Are you going to go, you get an offer from Google, or you get an offer from, an emerging startup? Yeah, that emerging startup might be huge in a couple of years, and maybe you have a huge impact. Or, if Google's offering me X and this other company's offering me a little bit more, but I know that Google company is going to probably stick around and there's probably a little less risk, I think most people are going to probably take that Google offer.
Yeah, Google's hosting.
These kids are jumping off of Google to go to a startup. There are kids that are leaving winning programs in the playoffs to go to just more money. Like, I don't think these kids, I think all these kids are a little bit arrogant to the fact, like, youth does that. Like, youth has this thing of, I could do this anywhere. I'm gonna go get my check right now. Like, there are kids that are on Miami squad right now that are next up. There are kids that are on Georgia, Bama playoff team squads that are next up, and they're hitting the portal for, like, they're not going to better teams. They're not going to other playoff teams. They're going to bigger checks. I think most of these kids right now are looking for paydays right now, the money right there in front of them. But if Corey, it's bad, but I think that's what they're looking for.
But if you're going to get offered $200,000 by a playoff team or $215,000 by a 4-8 team, I mean,
how does Texas Tech get there? Like, they outbid people. The money wasn't even.
But I mean, there's going to be those cases, right? I mean, there's definitely cases.
Like Cody Campbell did an interview. It was before NIL Go, and he literally said in the interview, he's like, "Oh, like we realized that nobody was asking how much we were paying people, what we were paying them for, and we just went out and we tried to buy a championship. We thought we had this tiny window before some legislation happened, and we just tried to buy one. And they tried it, and then they scored 0 points in the Orange Bowl." But, like, they threw a bunch of money at it, and they made Texas Tech relevant. Now, they're going to pay that quarterback, and then he probably spent $25,000 to put a Times Square ad up, and he's like, the logo's global. I'm like, no, you just burned $25,000.
No, it's like
but it's good, but it's good for the kid, right? It's good for these other kids.
Great for the kid.
It's an ego thing, right? And I mean, if you just sold your company for $4 billion,
right?
How much he got?
$25,000 is 2 days worth of interest on that money, right?
Yeah.
Well, the playoffs bring a return on that money.
Mm-hmm.
Winning brings profits back, right? Like, being cheap with a payroll, you get the return on that investment by being, bowlless. There's no bowl money. There's no more investment from the players, the fans, except not the players, but the fans. More boosters, contributions, all of that. Winning brings more money. So him spending that money on billboards, him spending that money on quarterback, him spending money to get in the playoffs with that roster, he definitely got a return on that money, man.
Yeah, 100%. And now he's being talked about. And, some of it's an ego thing. And, if you can spend $30 million and your team is playing in the playoffs, then if you have the money, why not?
Yeah, it's crazy because, like, storied programs, like, the game is just changing, and you just gotta take it for what it is, right? So who has the richest boosters and alumni that are with the shits are gonna be the programs moving forward, bro. Like, there's nothing we can do about it. Like, storied programs, like, we're seeing the same thing with Florida State, and Florida State's a storied program. We hate them, but let's be real. That's one of the most storied programs in college football history. They don't have the rich boosters to keep them irrelevant. I'm sorry, to keep them relevant, not irrelevant, to keep them relevant. They are dying. And until they find a solution or a coach that could come in and be, very selling and transcendent to get players in and change that momentum, they're going to die. They're going to become Nebraska, like, straight up. And whoever the programs is, a lot of Big Ten programs are going to be the future. Like, they got a lot of old money. This ain't something like the fans is gonna be. All the fans. Here's another thing too. I wanted to say this. I'm glad I remembered. All these people that are saying, "Oh, the fans need to contribute more." That sounds cute and fun, but there is nothing us fans are about to change in any of this. Our contributions is dope, and we should contribute if we, if you feel like we should, whatever. If that's in your heart, cool. But we're not the make or break in any of this. The make or break is the billionaires at the top of this, bruh. Like, and eventually those same billionaires are going to be shared profit owners of these programs. They're going to be turned, like, they're not investing in doing this just because they want to throw away their money. They also think they could become Jerry Jones. It's hard to buy an NFL team. It's hard to buy an NBA team. But this college thing if I'm a billionaire around a college football program, I can get some share equity or become a partner in some of this by contributing right now. And then I'm like investing, but later I can get some return on some of this, right? I can become an equity partner, and then I'm getting return on with the TV money, the stadium money, the jersey money, the concession stand money, all of that. So like it's gonna come like a real Jerry Jones booster throwing money at this thing. Is the only way that UF or anybody else is gonna be making the playoffs and survive in the future. That's what this is, man. I don't make the rules. I'm just watching it.
Yeah. I mean, and you've got private equity starting to get involved or wanting to get involved with.
That's wild.
Wanting to get involved with the conferences in different schools. Somebody said the Utah private equity thing. I don't know enough about Utah and what they're doing. I'll tell you what, once you get private equity involved, you can kiss not only this sport goodbye, but you can kiss. I mean, if you think some of these guys get kicked out now, they're underperforming, you're out the door.
It's already there. Like the game is the game at this point, bro. There's no there's no assurance for the players from year to year, man. They can't play the cut. They're just like the cut in the college football is we don't call you to talk about your NIL check next year.
Right.
And then you start looking around. But we don't, there's no letter that goes out like or tweet that goes out in the NFL that say the player such and such player got cut. The way you get cut in college, we just don't call you about an NIL check next when it's time to get another check. And then you're not just gonna want a scholarship because you was just getting $400,000 last year. So when you don't not getting a check, we're not even calling you about a check. Guess what you got to do? Enter the portal to start talking to somebody about a check. You got cut. The game is, man, rich billionaire guys running this thing like every other sport. This is not amateur college sport. They could call it what they want. This is professional sports, and they got to figure out collection bargaining agreements with the players, the universities moving forward, but. Man, amateurism is dead, man.
Like, well, yeah, and you've got no guardrails. I mean, there's very limited guardrails, and there's a clearinghouse, apparently, that these deals have to go through. I don't foresee any of those deals not going through, but this is a billionaire's dream, right? This is somebody that wants to play NCAA football 26 in real life.
Word up.
That's what you're seeing, right?
Straight up.
Corey, you were preaching. I appreciate that. Anthony Pond said, what rule can be put in place that would change incoming freshman pay to be less than veteran production pay in the NFL? You guys we'll talk a little bit more about it. Nothing. Right now, there's nothing, right? It's all NIL. So if you determine that somebody is worth X number of dollars, then NIL says that you can pay that person whatever you want. Florida values that person at $500,000 and Ole Miss offers that person $1.5 million. That's what they think that person's worth. And until you collectively bargain, and there's a lot of reasons we talked about it on the last episode, we won't rehash it. There's a lot of reasons why schools don't want collective bargaining. There's insurance, workers' comp. There's a lot of different things about them becoming employees that might get in the way. But until that changes and they become employees or they become contracted individuals with the university, there's nothing you can do right now.
I want to throw this up because I see this a lot on social media. The school, Florida, Georgia, Indiana, any school can only pay $20.5 million. The $400 million, which you guys will be shocked, the $400 million you're saying that they're going to use for the swamp, they physically cannot use that money to pay players. They physically can't.
But what if they could, Nick?
It's 20.5, and the schools can pay 20.5. That money. Now, for us, like you're asking the same donors that we're asking for money, and we, Florida Victorious, or any schools collective, now we're asking the same donors for money. It's like, well, like I actually.
But that's the thing. That's the real gripe, right? The mindfulness not to know that in the era that we're shifting in, the smarter approach would have been to ask boosters and contributors to send money for NIL and not for a new stadium. So no, you can't repurpose money that was, you asked boosters for a stadium. You can't repurpose that for recruiting in NIL. But the mindfulness of the program should have been, hey, we're entering an NIL era and the game is changing a little bit. Instead of a stadium rebuild, we might want to use that energy to put towards telling the fans to contribute this towards NIL.
So, but what is that number? Is it $10 million? Is it $20 million?
I don't know the number, but
it's probably not. It's probably not 400 million, right? I mean,
I think we winning. We beating everybody with 400 million.
Things can exist, right? And they're unrelated.
We ain't losing with 400 million. Dan. I ain't mad at Nick. You muted. Nick, you're talking. Nick, you going crazy, Nick.
I have an NDA, but I think I can tell you that we are not raising 400 million annually.
Yeah, I mean,
we ain't losing none with 400 million, though, baby.
Yeah, I think both things can exist. Right?
Everybody enjoy. You hear me?
I can't lie. I'm on the side with rebuilding the stadium right now, though, man. Like I mentioned earlier, I feel like we're in a very tough time. We're at rock bottom right now, so let's fix everything from playing one. So when we do rise our way back to the top, ain't nothing stopping us. You can come to our facilities. Our facilities match LSU, Ohio State, all these other schools. We match that, so ain't no, oh, y'all locker room ain't the same, and y'all this and that ain't the same. Y'all everything's top of the line. So at this point, fellas, we already in the gutter. So we got to just fix everything while we down here.
It's like while people don't care. You know what I mean?
I get it. So it's like you just hit rock bottom and you see all your water pipes busted up. You gonna leave and go back to the upstairs and leave your pipes messed up? Fix the pipes down low. Let's fix the foundation, and then we gonna work our way back to the top.
No, man. I don't care. The swamp looks beautiful to me.
Dude, but did you see the renovation model?
The games are atrocious, but the swamp, I like the swamp the way it is right now. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Wi-Fi fix, I ain't tripping right now.
Like the swamp can get fixed way better though, bro. Tebow was in them same locker room seats, bro. That's bad.
Yeah, that is.
That's over a decade.
I wish some of that would wear off. Wish some of that mystique was still there.
They changed the carpet, Dan. That's all they changed was the carpet.
Yeah, no, I know. It looks better though.
They changed the carpet.
I think I'm allowed.
They put a new gator head on the wall and changed the carpet.
Yeah, but that's nice carpet, Jordan.
The same wood that's on that locker room seat that everybody don't put their booty sweat in. Is that same booty sweat?
That's the name of the show, is Booty Sweat.
Tebow's booty sweat.
Yeah, Pouncey's booty sweat all through there. You name. We got over a
Jordan's
decade
booty sweat.
We need a fresh new locker. Okay,
need it all. I don't know. Are they redoing the locker? I don't know.
I'm happy for the rebuild, man. These boys deserve better.
Booty sweat is crazy, man.
Booty sweat's nuts. We're an hour and 20 minutes into this show, and we've gone off the rails.
Ken, what are we doing here, my guy? What are we doing?
Ken, we just
what are we doing here, Ken?
Ken, we got money, bro. We got money. All right.
It's hilarious.
Let's do a couple super chats. We got to do some ad reads. We got to talk about the guys that are transferring to Florida. This has been one of my favorite off-season episodes of Stadium and Gale. All right. So the NCAA is useless, just a big miss. Yeah. I mean, the NCAA exists on behalf of the member organizations, right? They do. They're a blame. There's somebody to point a finger at and say, why didn't the NCAA do anything? It's like, because the schools don't want them to do anything.
Mike has been in a coma since 1998.
They just work for the school.
That's all they do.
Up from his coma.
Let's see. Mekhi Burrow signed with Ole Miss. Thanks, Ken. And then Super Chat Vance.
Wait, real quick. What was everyone freaking out about?
What?
With like Mekhi leaving?
I think people just thought that he could.
Am I missing it?
In. I think the people thought that he could step in. I mean, he was only here for a year, so
two.
Oh yeah, that's right. He redshirted. Yeah. I think it's because I think it's because it's a familiarity, and because you look at a position of need and you saw him play, and you're like, hey, maybe with another offseason he could develop. It's a familiarity of names, Nick. That's what it is.
Yeah, the reaction's like we lost Warren Sapp.
Yeah, I mean.
Well, who?
Mekhi Burrow.
No, Mekhi Burrow is I think he's a good prospect that we should have kept. I think him going to keep going.
Yeah, but we're acting like we lost Ndamukong Suh during
what did we
junior
replace
year
him with?
at Nebraska.
We're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that.
That's gaslighting, and that's why I be putting that picture out there. Like losing Michael Burrow isn't like we're losing Suh. It's like we lost Michael Burrow. We lost Michael Burrow, and who are you replacing Michael Burrow with? Like, don't gaslight us to say that we think he's the next Warren Sapp. No, we think that we got a good prospect that we like coming out of high school. We like the way he played last year. It was when like lights out, but we see the potential, especially at D tackle. The closer you get to the ball, the harder it is to play young, right? So as a young D tackle, we see the potential there, and like this kid could turn into a beast. We saw what young Caleb Banks was. We see a lot of that there, especially with him with Chapman. So okay, you lose Burrow. He's not Warren Sapp, right? But who do you replace him with?
I have no fear in that we will have a great defensive line. I don't think that's been a problem for Florida for a very long time. Especially we got
to coach. Great though.
I mean, shoot, what did we do last year? We wasn't leading the sack margin, but we got to do that's about to get taken in the first or second round this year.
We were good. We weren't great. You know, like I think
we were battling injuries. You feel me? Like I think a healthy Florida D line will always be top 10, top 5, whatever you want to call it, whether it's just SEC top 5, NCAA entirely top 10. So I'm not concerned with that part of the room. It's always going to be D lineman for us. I feel like
I'm not concerned with any of it. We lose the tight end. We lost. I don't even like Hansen, right? We lose Hayden Hansen. I don't even like him. But who are you replacing Hansen with? Like, I don't care what any of these guys.
We're getting there.
At the end of the world, but if that player leaves, who did you replace him with? Is he better? If he's not better, I'm gonna judge you off of what you just did. It's player acquisition. It's just bottom line business. You lost a player. Okay, no player make or breaks the Gator roster. Nobody or the logo. We get that. But if that player leaves, just on the bottom line, did we upgrade the roster or did we downgrade the position? You know, what happened? Who did you bring in? It's a downgrade. Okay, it's a downgrade. We got to be real with it. Who's replacing Michael Burrow in the portal? That kid from Baylor, not. He ain't better. So you tell me who's coming in that's better than Micah?
Makai. Yeah. Let's get
had a 66 grade, which is decent by PFF. 62 run defense. Like he was just like we're projecting. We're projecting.
Who are you talking about?
He was a Makai.
His PFF grade.
Yeah, he's young. Like D tackles is tough to play that young, bro. The closer you get to the ball, the harder it is, especially in the SEC.
Yeah, they get grimy
down there, bro.
I got some dudes that don't even want to come to the SEC at D line.
No, that shit is poking your eyes, bro.
Yeah. All right. We got a ton to still talk about. This is gonna be a 2-hour show. Jordan, lock in. We haven't done a lot of 2-hour shows with you. We've done 3-hour shows before. We got a couple ad reads. Let's pay our bills. But if you guys want to pay for better players, I want to thank Florida Victorious and Nick sent me.
You got some water, man.
Yeah, you can go off camera. We got some. Yeah. You guys take yourself off camera. I'll just do this solo dolo right now. There you go. All right. So Death Roll, a couple different whiskeys that they have or bourbons that they have. They've got this one. They've got another one that you can, Nick, help me. What's the other name? Death Row, Fourth Char. So go check that out if you like bourbon. This is the Death Roll small batch. Nick said it tastes like Four Roses. I would agree. They're small batch, similar. So you want to help with NIL, you want to bring in, there you go, Jordan. Jordan, we need to get you a new camera, brother. You look like you're recording from a potato.
This is literally my laptop.
Yeah. All right, so let's do a couple quick ad reads. One time for our friends over at Homefield Apparel. Go visit homefieldapparel.com. Use promo code Stadium and Gale. We'll get you 15% off, 20%, off of your order. That corduroy hat that Nick has. You've seen us in the T-shirts. You've seen the starter looking jacket. You've seen the baseball pullover that they have. They've got a lot of new stuff. Everything's coming out for the spring sports here soon. So go check them out, homefieldapparel.com. If you've already used Stadium and Gale, just get another email address. Use it again. Stadium and Gale. Homefieldapparel.com, promo code Stadium and Gale. Check out. And then one time for our friends over at Game Time Sidekicks. You hear us talk about them all the time. Keep your hot drinks hot, your cold drinks cold. I kept one of these out on the golf course today, kept the ice cool, or get my drink cool with ice in it for the entire round. So go check out our friends over at Game Time Sidekicks. Use promo code Stadium15. You get 15% off of your order. Again, GameTimeSidekicks.com, promo code Stadium15. You guys going to our sponsors, buying stuff from them keeps this show up and running. There are some expenses and everything else. We've got a new social media person that's going to be helping us out again. So all that money that you guys spend with them and they spend with us helps us continue to deliver great content to you. So again, go visit homefieldapparel.com, promo code Stadium and Gale, or go visit Game Time Sidekicks, promo code Stadium15. 19. All right. Drinking something called Death Row is wild, or Death Row. It's a death roll, like an alligator. Death roll.
And fourth
it's
char,
just what it's called. I didn't name it. So
fourth char in the bourbon industry is when they char barrels to give them flavor, gives them their color. Bourbon whiskey, when it goes into the barrel, is clear. The fourth char, they call it the alligator char because of the way the wood starts like splintering and peeling, which is why we went with fourth char.
Speaking of which, there's a really good book that I would encourage you guys to read called Pappyland if you're interested in bourbon. It's by Wright Thompson, no relation. Fantastic book about
great writer. He's an exception.
Really fantastic book. Talks about a little bit about the bourbon history in Kentucky and why it moved from Pennsylvania to Kentucky. Spoiler alert, taxes. It talks about the introduction of rye, but more importantly, it talks a lot about the Pappy and Pappy Van Winkle label and kind of the ups and downs that they've been going through. So fantastic book. All right, let's get back into, we'll wait for Corey to come back. The NCAA equals Roger Goodell. Absolutely. It's a great comparison there. Love you, Silk. Any smart Cowboys fan to tell you Jerry Jones has been a cheap SOB for the last 15 years. Had to get that off my chest. I'm a Dolphins fan. Nick is a Dolphins fan. Jordan's a Dolphins fan. I mean, even when we spend money, we do it wrong. I'm going to leave Corey in the green room because Jacksonville's going to the playoffs, and I don't want to hear him talk about it. And he's celebrating in the green room. So what do you got?
I saw something.
What's up?
I saw something. The three teams in Florida, and I don't know how many, 2 or 3 years, are all 35 and 33 over the last.
No, we're in the playoffs. I don't know where you come with 3 years.
Yes. Over the last 3 years, all the three teams in Florida have the exact same record.
We about to win the Super Bowl. And we about to win it all. I don't know if y'all been watching the games. Come on, give it up to my Jags, bro. Come on, talk to me. Let me know what y'all really thinking.
Yeah, I don't want to get off.
Jordan was at the camp. Jordan went down at the camp. Talk to me.
I don't want to get off script, fellas, but I think Buffalo in trouble. I'm gonna just say that.
Is that the first round matchup?
That is
Buffalo, Jacksonville.
Buffalo in where do they call it? TIA.
We've seen Josh Allen when James Cook ain't going. We've seen it.
Bro, the least surprising thing has to be JP, who always has the face tattoo coach picture. Least surprising thing that he's probably a Duval gangster.
There's Lauren.
No.
Lauren, what's up? This is a Jaguar family over here. Bro.
Yeah, I didn't know there were so many Jaguars fans in here.
The Gators and the Jags, like it's just like coffee and donuts, bro.
There you go.
It's like coffee.
it's like give and go, bro. In basketball, you gotta be. Shout out to us, man. I think we about to Shout out to us.
Shout out to us. All right, guys, let's get into some of the transfer portal announcements for the Gators. We talked about those that are going out. Let's talk about the ones that are coming in. The first name is DJ Coleman, safety from Baylor. What are you guys' thoughts as I pull up his information here?
Love it.
30 tackles, 1 forced fumble, 2 interceptions, 4 pass deflections. Last season, played 3 years with Baylor. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I love it, man. Upgrade from I don't know if he's playing star or safety where they got him at, but on paper, upgrade from Castell or I would say Sharif Denson. I don't know about Aaron Gates, but definitely an upgrade. Verified speed there. Texas kid, got good speed, good size, productivity on paper. 1 year guy. That's the type of porter guy that you go after. I like to get.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that one, man. I watched the tape. They had a little highlight reel for him and everything on the sign, and I feel like he was flying around making plays, and I feel like that's something we need. I think that's kind of the identity we need to bring on, obviously, both sides of the ball, but definitely emphasis on the defense side of the ball with just aggression and playing fast. I think that's what we strive at, and think that's a little bit of our head coach's identity as well. I hope and pray it is. And I think that was a good first get. And I think that made me really excited.
Yeah, interesting. I hadn't even thought because I think he played mostly safety. I hadn't even thought about that star position. Not out of it for Aaron Gates yet. That story's yet to be written. But that's interesting because you get Bryce Thornton back, you get Lagonza Hayward back, you get Drake Stubbs back. So you've got an older guy now with those two young guys. Lagonza played a bunch. Drake didn't really play a ton, but I like those two young players. I think they're physical. But yeah, good get at a position in need. Like you look at that defensive back room, I think it's a spot where you need really to reload in the transfer portal because it's thinner than me. That's for sure.
Well, man.
Nah, that was a good one, though. I can't even lie to you. Had to mute myself for that one.
Bro, somebody told me I was a couple cookies away from nose tackle. That's just egregious.
Oh, that's crazy. So
that's like
hand in the dirt.
A swag nose tackle, but not like
Nick's gonna fill in for Mekhi Burrow.
Bro, not even a D3. Not even a D3 nose tackle.
No, you probably can make HBCU like D tackle.
What?
I am Hispanic. I am Hispanic.
You get a lot of Bethune, probably. Like you probably like Bethune.
Stick to baseball. Just stick to baseball.
Yeah. So
peek behind the PFF curtain here.
Yeah, a little bit of a peek behind. Fine player. I tweeted about it. Let me see if I can pull that up real quick.
Pull it on up.
Real quick, just for the comment section, all the tackles are the same. I don't think Michael Burrow and hold on. Same type of guy. It's not.
We don't have to remember his name anymore, Nick. He's not here.
That's true. I've heard Michael.
No. So DJ Coleman, 71.2 in coverage, 71.2 in tackling, 2 interceptions, 3 PBUs, 64.5 run grade, higher missed tackle rate in 24. I think it got better in 25, but I don't know what he's going to play. I don't know what his role is. I just know that he was the first one.
Solid good.
Yeah,
it's a solid good, right? It isn't. There are going to be some higher rated safeties out there, etc. But for what we needed, like we got some guys that are young, very highly touted guys out of high school that I think have a high ceiling. You don't want to just throw them out into the wilderness with no type of navigation. I would say so. I think bringing a veteran guy like him makes a lot of sense, and it fits. Like you lose veterans at the spot, you replace veterans at the spot. It's like if we lose Jaden Woods, like getting a senior to come in and replace him isn't the same replacement. No, he was going to be a sophomore, right? You were going to have him for another 2-3 years, so you got to replace him where he was at class wise. So I think for what exited the room, Castell, you got somebody to come in that's better than him. It's an upgrade. I like it.
Yeah.
Bro, we talked about it a little bit in the group chat. His visit list is something.
Who's
Castell?
that?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Anybody leaving
Florida? Are these coaches watching tape? I know we ask fans if they're watching tape, but y'all there.
I hope he goes to somebody that we're playing next year. Run right at him. I love you, Jordan.
Bro, that's a legit perfect game record. Wilk, have you know? A legit
Wilk.
Michael Burrow and Wilk.
Gators also grab another player from Baylor, and that is defensive tackle DK Kalu.
I can't not hear that in like a DJ Khaled voice.
Yeah, not a ton to write home about last season. Let me change. What's just a guy,
6'4", 309, started 6 games for Baylor last season.
I mean, y'all gotta be honest. Y'all gotta be honest with D tackle position. Now, D tackle isn't a position to where they're gonna scream off on a stat sheet. Just being honest with you.
No, but PFF goes more deeper into just assignment.
I hear you, but I'm more of saying, like, you feel me, taking on double teams, not getting pushed back 3-4 yards off the line of scrimmage. I don't know if PFF assesses that aspect of it. Like, I just want somebody who's going to hold the ground. You feel me? Like, that's what I'm saying.
Push the pocket. I got to see some pushing of the pocket, disruption. Like,
exactly.
Don't show up. I don't know if what is this size? What's the kid? Is he eating up blockers' paws? Like, what's his size?
6'4",
309. Yeah.
Okay, that's good size.
You feel me? Like, that's not gonna pop up on a stat sheet. He's not gonna get a bunch of TFLs. He's not gonna get a bunch of sacks. Like, unless he has elite pass rushers on the edge, which are making the quarterback climb the pockets where they just fall in his lap. Like, other than that, as a D tackle, I really don't expect much out of you stat wise. I almost want to watch the tape to see how you establish a line of scrimmage, and if you get
another gauge of mine though, Jordan. I'm tell you another gauge of mine.
Let me hear it.
When we get a guy, I like to go to their message boards and see like what the fans. If the fans are mad that he left, if fans aren't mad that you left, that let me know, bro. And Brendan Beck was probably more of a force and higher potential when at Baylor than this guy was. I'm not saying he's bad or anything like that.
Yeah, Beck's still here.
No, I like Bet. I think Betts. I said that even last year. Even after the spitting, gate, etc. I think Bet ceiling's high. Even so, a lot of people didn't. Jordan didn't like that tape. He didn't like the Bet tape, and I was like, I don't know, bro. Like,
I watched the tape. I was just saying.
Whoever evaluate, I'm gonna get Chapman the benefit of the doubt with this kid. Bringing him in, but I got to keep it a bean. On paper, this isn't an upgrade from Michael Burrow, right? Chapman, my guy. Chapman got a great eye for D-line talent. I gave him the benefit of the doubt with Brendan Beck and everybody else he's brought in that room. Hell, even the Tavares Brown kid who never played under Chapman is at North Carolina now getting another check, right? So I like Chapman. I'm going to give him his eval respect, but I'm going to keep it a bean. I don't think this is a upgrade. We didn't lose Warren Sapp, but we damn sure ain't gained Warren Sapp.
Saw him on the sideline in Dallas.
Off that powder.
I don't know. I didn't examine the hand. I didn't examine the handshake with Mike, but I did see a handshake with Mike. I don't know if it was a handoff or a handshake. I don't know what happened.
Oh, Nick.
Yeah. Nick. Little snow sledding, little skiing. Ski brothers.
Great skiing in Dallas last week.
I ain't know brothers like to ski like that, man.
I know who this is.
The Miami ski resorts hit different. Allegedly.
Straight up.
Oh man. Gators next grab James Madison University tight end Lakota Dupree.
Why are you
Jordan
calling?
doesn't know, but he's gassing you up.
6'4", 250.
I don't know about
He's putting that Duracell in your back anyway.
I hope, guys, fellas, we gotta have hope. Let's start the lying now. Let's just hope he pans out to be a guy.
Mama gave me hope, man. I ain't get nothing.
Off the rip,
You got Jordan's internet.
Right? That too. If they got my internet, they may be ass out. But nah, straight up, I wasn't impressed with this get right here at all, man. I feel like it was definitely a letdown with just the label we have and the guys that we're able to get. Kind of what Corey was saying earlier today. Like, if we're gonna shop for guys in the portal, it needs to be top tier guys at each position.
Mm-hmm.
I was kind of disagreeing when we was kind of going on the running back aspect and other positions that were like already we have solidified guys, but at tight end, we don't really have a guy. Like, maybe what was the kid who ended up retaining number 7?
Amir.
Yeah, Amir Jackson. Maybe that's a guy. Maybe that's why they kind of shopping low. But I don't know.
I don't know. We don't know what's the offense going to look like. Like, we just had 4 years where it was like, if my son was a tight end, I would not let him go to Florida. Like, that's not an offense I want you to be in. If you are trying to catch passes, not where I want you to be. I don't know what the offense is going to look like. It's not going to look like what it looked like at Georgia Tech last year.
Exactly.
So I have no idea what it's going to look like.
This is just.
I don't care what it look like. What is he going to do in it?
Yeah.
How's the blocking look? Can we? The blocking grade is a little 70. Okay, I mean,
yeah, I mean he was.
Look Look at Jordan.
Jordan's
back.
An all Sun Belt honorable mention.
He's a DN last year.
Yeah, just not a ton. 17 receptions, 192 yards, 11.3 average, 3 touchdowns. Started his career at Charlotte
in a few months, but right now
played defense at Charlotte.
I mean, look at the inline snaps versus everything else. We know what he does. He's dirty. He gets dirty in there. So I just hope you get dirty for us, so 13 can run off the edge and score.
It's too much hurt.
That's what I'm looking at.
That's Jordan's favorite kind of tight end.
You feel me? Let me be able to feel safe running outside zone. You can just make me right.
No, man. The kid that didn't show up is what we needed. I like it.
New Mexico.
Yeah, that Dory Moreau kid. That's the type of I think Amir. Fans gave me a hard time. Amir hit the portal. I get it. Some people just gator. If a kid's leaving, he stinks. No, like people would call him Amir Jackson. I said we probably need to retain Amir. Amir was the best tight end in that room. He has a high ceiling. People would call him the tallest midget in the room. He's still the tallest midget in that room right now. He can play football, but I thought we needed to retain him. You're only as good as your floor. I don't care in what sports program, business. You're only good as your floor. Guys are gonna get hurt. Amir Jackson wasn't healthy last year, even with our receiver room. Like Dallas Wilson wasn't healthy. So who's behind Dallas if Dallas goes out? I understand money-wise, and some of these guys are just depth pieces. That sounds good, but when people get hurt, these guys gotta play, and they just can't be a depth piece. They gotta be actually a playmaker. You gotta play for good depth pieces as well. You're only gonna be as good as your floor. And if this guy's our floor, I don't like it. Just give it to me.
Yeah, I mean, we just don't know what the offense is. And, Florida Boy 72, appreciate you for joining today. I mean, we just don't know what the offense is going to look like. I mean, yeah, Florida needs blocking tight ends. It's just a matter of, did you upgrade? And I don't know if we did.
So I'll be out the loop with all these players. What happened to that one highlight tape y'all showed me of the big dude? He played.
Hezzy Kent?
Yeah, he running up and down the field.
He's number 2 in the room right now. Yeah, he like that.
He just got on the campus.
I ain't even too mad at GMU. Let's give him a little chunk change and let's move on. We solid over there, fellas.
We got Hezzy Kent.
Bruh tape, okay? I ain't tripping.
I hope he got chump change. I'm gonna be honest with you.
That too. I also don't know the money aspect of things. You feel me? I'm just talking. I would hope that we got enough sense. Anybody who is in that Florida upstairs room that got enough sense and brains, that got a bachelor's or master's, to not just with your money like that to something like that. So
here's the thing too. These transfer portals, we're not even talking star rankings. We're putting up productivity. So it isn't about, we don't care about, I don't even respect on threes rankings, 247 rankings. When it comes to transfer players, I don't even look at a ranking. I go straight to productivity. And we haven't even talked about any ranking numbers with any of these kids, because all that matters with transfer portal is what they've done. I think transfer portal is really for going to get kids that can make you better today than what they've done on the field. Now, you may go get some guys, but what we're talking about is like who you're replacing. So we're replacing Hayden Hansen, right? I don't think this guy's better than Hayden Hansen at blocking, receiving, nothing at all. I don't even like Hayden Hansen. That's like well documented. But I don't think he's an upgrade. I just had the same conversation with Michael Burrow. Michael Burrow wasn't even a 5-star when he entered the portal, I don't think. I'm pretty sure he was like a 3-star. But we're not talking about that. We're talking about just from a talent standpoint, and have you upgraded? Have you scaled up the position? Or did we downgrade? It's just bottom line for me. Did we upgrade or did we downgrade? I know some people get tied to it emotionally, but, I watched out the orange and blue and just try to keep things just straightforward. Did we upgrade or did we downgrade? I think we downgraded.
Yeah, and we'll see. Right now we're just guessing and we're just looking at history. Players can get better, players can show out, but we've got to look at it with the information that we know now. Bailey Stockton, wide receiver from Georgia Tech, is the next name. 2 years at Georgia Tech. Has just about 440 yards in those 2 years. about 11.5 yards, 1 touchdown. Career long is 33 yards. This year went 21 receptions, 233 yards, 11.1 yards. Is going to play that slot receiver. And it's important to note that his coach, Trent McKnight from Georgia Tech, is currently on campus and in a role that will probably be announced at some point. But Aaron Philo, the quarterback Philo, we expect to come to Florida too. So we expected, somebody to come over as well from the wide receiver group, and it's Bailey Stockton.
I think I read somewhere that they were high school teammates or something like that.
Okay.
I said, I know you on PFF. How does the blocking look? Because obviously receiving great. Hopefully, I can get your nose dirty.
What was it? What? Say that again, Jordan. What happened? I don't want to give my take. It's gonna be
Jordan's
too hard.
asking how every single player is blocking for him.
Yes,
I mean, what else? There's no production receiving wise, so he's trying to see if they could do something else. Like, what's your take, Jordan?
We just paid potentially. I don't know if we did this yet, guys. I don't know nothing. We just paid the guys $1.5 million. So I want to see who's gonna be blocking for him. Okay. And if you're not producing for me on the catching end, I would hope that you in there getting dirty and getting your fingers jammed up on the blocking end of things. You feel me? As a slot receiver, that's kind of important. You probably will be in on the heavy tight end sets. You that one receiver that's out there to kind of block for us. And who knows? Or maybe you're the blocker on the bubble screen kind of guy. You know what I'm saying? Those are important too. Like, we need all of those pieces to make the puzzle right. So as I'm looking now, it's fair.
Let's get into to blocking here for you, Jordan. There you go.
Okay. We can. Okay, that's fair.
Not a ton of snaps.
Yeah, but versus some good schools, Georgia, Pittsburgh, we're in the 80.
Yeah, but Georgia, he had 1 snap where he was run blocking.
That makes a lot of sense.
Great snap, though.
Yeah, hey, he did a hell of a job. He did his.
Once we get you to the 18 to 11 range, it gets a little sticky, huh?
What are we doing here, bro? We get receivers to go make plays, bro. Like,
we have receivers to make plays.
That's true.
You need more than 2 that can make plays, because those 2 may not stay healthy. Like, how many games did? We just talking ball, if you're in the comment section, like, leave your feelings out of this or go watch another podcast, because we're gonna talk ball and just like regular talk. And if you're emotionally tied to it and it hurts your feelings because we just talking regular ball, then this ain't the podcast for you. But on this show, we're gonna talk ball. So Dallas Wilson was healthy how many games? He missed all the camp, and then he was unhealthy.
He played
3.
Love the kid.
4
maybe 3-4 games, right?
It was a phenomenal 4 though. Don't get it.
He is a hooper. Texas. I think he deserved every dollar that they gave him. I think that he should get wide receiver 1 money. All of that. 2 things could be true. I think he has the potential to be a top 5 receiver in college football, but he also could go play 4 or 5 games next year. Who's behind him? You're only good as your floor. The next guy behind him isn't of that caliber, and there's a huge drop off. Like, you got to expect a drop off of your offense, and that's at every single position. Like, teams that make playoff runs, championship runs, the depth chart behind them, guys, they don't miss a beat when they go from 1 to 2. So that's just what comes with it. If we go from 1 to 2, I don't feel good right now. I'm gonna be honest with you. I do not feel good. Like, I'm gonna address one more thing. So the guy in the comments talking about Caleb Banks. Who was Caleb Banks coming in to replace? Caleb Banks was coming in as a redshirt freshman. He wasn't coming in as a contributor. He was coming in what his ceiling could be. So we're talking about guys that you're replacing. You're replacing Michael Burrow. Who are you replacing Michael Burrow with? Is that guy better than Michael Burrow? Caleb Banks was coming in to replace another freshman or a redshirt freshman. You're not projecting. You got to replace guys that are leaving your roster with the same class. Freshman, sophomore, and then you got to do a production, ceiling. How does this guy project? Caleb Banks was a good get. I called Caleb Banks a good get when we got him because I understood he wasn't a guy that was going to play right away. He was a developmental guy that looked good in a lot of Louisville practice and projecting to be a good defensive tackle. I called that at that time a good take. Not because I thought he was going to be good that year, but because he was a redshirt freshman projecting to be good.
Right.
So Caleb Banks, that's not the same conversation. Michael Burrow is a guy that was contributing last year. Who are you replacing him with? You're bringing another guy that was contributing at Baylor last year. Is Caleb Banks better than him? Or I'm sorry, is Michael Burrow better than the guy that was coming from Baylor? Yes, he is. It's a downgrade on just production. I'm not saying what they both about to go do next year, but of what we saw of both of these athletes, right? We lost a D tackle, we gained a D tackle. What they both put on film last year. I thought Michael is better and has a higher ceiling than the guy we just brought in. There's no feelings. And if your feelings are hurt, it just ain't the podcast for you. And I'm not the follow for you if you're on Twitter. Like if I tweet things and it hurts your feelings, unfollow me because I'm going to say what's on my mind. It's not going to be emotional. And the same tone you're getting on this podcast is the same. Take this tone you're hearing from Corey, Uncle Sil. Imagine that when I'm tweeting out. Nobody's mad. Nobody's ranting. I'm at the same mellow tone, just getting my takes off and my perspective off on football. And if you're emotional about it, you might want to hit the unfollow because I ain't the guy. I'm going to get my takes off. That's how I got here.
That's real now. I'm with you when you're right.
Oh, I can't. Jordan, every time. He's just like frozen.
I'm trying to see.
I hear his voice.
Internet chopping.
Baylor's
on that Caracas internet.
No, bro. I think it's my Ethernet
not
cord
anymore.
keep plugging in and out. I'm gonna just plug it out.
I ain't saying Bailey's bad, but who is he replacing?
No. I don't know. He's ranked as the 90th player as a wide receiver in the transfer portal. I'm not saying he's bad. 590 overall. I just don't want to oversell. And we're going to try to do a better job as a podcast of just being, just actual factuals here. So
I think too in the quest to replace Banks, Burrow, they are going after that Emmanuel. I'm not even going to try.
No, he's a beast. We need to
get from Jacksonville State.
Yeah, he's in College Station now. He was in Gainesville over the weekend.
I know Missouri's interested. I know Oregon's interested. Texas.
I don't even think he's taking that Missouri trip.
No, I don't think so. I do think that he is, and this is something that I think is important to share. I think for some players, like it is about the money, yes, but I think for some it's about a lot more. And I think the Gator Made program for him is like a huge sell. I think Florida stands to be in a great position with the Jacksonville State transfer. We'll see. Obviously, going to Texas A&M, if somebody throws a bunch of money at you or you have a certain vibe or a certain feel, anything can happen. But sometimes we diminish some of the other things that exist at the University of Florida. And for some, that's huge. And not everybody's just looking for the biggest bag. Sometimes it's, what are the other things beyond the bag that can take me? All right.
Jacksonville State defensive tackle is absolute. I like that would be a great get. I think that will upgrade the room for sure. We need that guy.
Yeah, that'd be huge. It looks like the Gators are also going to land. This is just an expected to transfer announcement. Harrison Moore, the center from Georgia Tech. He played 9 games as a center and as a guard, finished with an overall grade of 63.6, 68.4, pass blocking, 65.5, run blocking there. So that might be the Gators' next center. And then it still looks like Aaron Philo at some point will be official to the University of Florida as well.
So it looks like
I see.
No, you can go, Nick.
I see a lot of fans like arguing or yelling about the offers that are going out or the business they're going about the offensive linemen. I've also joined the fans screaming, begging, and pleading for Phil Trautwein to come home.
Mm-hmm.
And in month 1 of Phil Trautwein's job, I was just like, hey man, just do I've been begging for you to come back home to coach here. Just until I'm proven wrong. If that's your evaluation, cool. I'll go with your evaluation.
Well, yeah. I mean, you can't say how excited you are for him to come here and how you think that he's one of the best talent evaluators in the country, one of the best developers in the country, and that he's going to wear the logo. And then you look at the guys that he gets and be like, that's not good enough. none of us know enough. Jordan is the closest to knowing enough out of all of us, but like, I guess you can't have it both ways. You can't say that he's the best talent developer in the country and the best recruiter in the country, and Florida's being featured with 5 stars. You can't get everybody, right? Offensive lineman is probably one of the most prime positions in the transfer portal to be able to get. And if Florida is going to go and get those guys, you can't also say, well, Florida doesn't know how to recruit offensive linemen. They suck, all of this other stuff. Like, you kind of got to trust the plan and trust the process until you don't, right? Like, and you can have some skepticism, you can have pessimism, you can have all the isms that you want, but you can't, it's hard to talk about both sides of your mouth there. What was that, Nick? Corey?
I would like it on record that I said nothing. I was just here to hear it.
Yeah, I feel that. I think we got to kind of trust the process with this whole thing, man. Obviously, fans, we just want to, get the most highly rated guy and just feel good going into the season. But let's be completely honest, we had a little taste of that this year, right? We got a lot of the pieces that we wanted. We had all the pieces in place as far as players we wanted, and it just didn't pan out for us. So I think we just need to, obviously, we have no choice, but we need to invest into our coaching staff that we have and put faith in them that they're going to be able to get it done, whether it's with the most highly ranked players or with somebody that they can coach up to be one of the highly ranked players within the future. And just buy in, man. I mean, we want the players to buy in so we can win. Shit, let's buy in as fans so we can win. I ain't realistic. We can buy in as much as we want, obviously, and we still lose as fans. But
we could not buy in and we win. Like,
exactly. You just got to get the hype train rolling, man. So we definitely in a sticky situation as Gator fans, man. We're at the bottom, and I feel like we just, like I mentioned before, we just got to fix things from the ground up, and I think over time we'll be able to correct all that.
No, I think Summerall is a good coach. I think he just need all of the resources available to him, possible to be successful. Because these other coaches in the SEC aren't good just because they're good coaches. They have the Jimmys and Joes. So any of my takes isn't about like even John Summerall. It's about the overall system and, does he have an even playing field to be successful, right? And that's all of it is, Ben. But, like I'm going to give all these guys the grace and space to be successful. I'm not going to be on the account like BOG. Shout out to BOG. Everybody had a role around here. There's no fireworks or no shots at them. But I'm not going to – that's just not me. I'm not going to be on here all offseason complaining about, like, talent acquisition or the roster, none of that. I'm going to call it plain as I see it. And then also I think that we got a good offensive coordinator with Faulkner. I like the staff. Not everything on the staff, but I think it's a solid staff. It's an upgrade staff-wise. I do understand that even from high school recruiting and transfer portal recruiting, this is a transition year. This isn't the end-all, be-all. The boosters and the budget may change even next year. Nick spoke to some of that as well. Like that may change budget-wise, and we may be competitive. But as it rolls, we're a media outlet and we're media personality, so we got to call it plain as it roll out. As it's rolling out right now, it feels like a little bit of the same, just from a transfer portal acquisition, talent acquisition process. So we're just gonna call it plain, but. I'm gonna get these lies off in a couple months, man. Y'all just wait.
Well, gentlemen, I think that brings us to the end of our show.
2 hours in. It's been
Dude, Corey, I had a line that I wanted to tell you when you were talking about gaslighting, and then I just completely forgot. I heard it a couple months ago. It was, "Don't piss on my face and tell me it's raining."
Oh yeah, that's one of my grandfather's favorite lines, bro. Not piss on me and tell me it's rain. That's a gaslight and just quotable right there. But,
all right. Well, who has song of the week? Corey, we'll give you song of the week. Let's do one final ad read. Think about it a little bit. I'm going to go on a little bit of a tangent here. One time for our friends over at Alumni Hall, go visit Alumni Hall in Gainesville, or go visit them in Gainesville. I know the holiday season is over now, but a lot of your spring and winter sports have already kicked off or will kick off soon. So go visit alumnihall.com. Go support the basketball team, baseball, softball, all of your gymnastics, all of your winter track and field sports that are going to be out there. Go to alumnihall.com or go to Alumni Hall in Gainesville as you are there. Florida boy. I know we're probably not going to talk about every transfer that's looking at Florida or is interested in Florida. Shaz Preston, I don't know if that's a good use of our time until they commit, just because there's a lot that goes into it. So go visit alumnihall.com or go to them in Gainesville. If you're watching, hit the retweet button on X. There's a lot of you guys watching there. There's 3,600 people watching on X. So a bunch of people go hit the share button, retweet. That helps us. That helps our advertisers. That helps us get the word out about Stadium and Gale. If you're watching us on YouTube, go hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, go watch our other videos. We appreciate all of your support. Share it with your fans and or with your friends and family. If you have an iPhone or you have an Android, go to your favorite podcast platform, go visit Stadium and Gale and go rank us as you see fit. We would love a 5-star, but we're not going to tell you what to do. That rating helps us get out to more individuals. So again, we appreciate all of our sponsors. That is Homefield Apparel, Game Time Sidekicks, Alumni Hall, the Dykus Lewis Law Group, and of course, Brun Insurance. Corey, what do we got?
I've been listening to, I don't know if y'all listening to it, but go check out River Simmons. The vibe is just, I got put on to the music, and the vibe is just, phenomenal, man. Great music.
What kind of music?
I don't even know. I think she may be white. I think, but it's like R&B. There's some rappers that have used and resampled like her music for like hooks. So when I started going through her albums and stuff, I thought, oh shit, I know that was on a Key Glock album, like just random. Oh, that was on the Future album. So a lot of just like soul to it, but it's very moody R&B. But go check out "Fall Apart" by River Simmons.
She does appear to be Caucasian.
I don't even know if she's white. I don't know. I'm just saying it's like it's R&B. She could be white or he. I don't even know if it's a he.
It's a she.
It's a she. I've been trying to figure out, but I've been on this music like the last 3 weeks. Tried to find Instagram, didn't find it. Trying to get a gauge of like what they're like in like real life. Didn't really find that. But River Simmons made great music, man. All the albums really vibey. Played it, as I did my little bonfire in the back. Drinking a lot of eggnog over the holidays. This has been the theme music of my holidays. So check out River Simmons.
What's the song?
Fall Apart.
Far Apart or Fall Apart?
Hold on. Let me make sure.
Far Apart. Okay.
Far.
Cool. All right. Well, we appreciate everybody for watching Stadium and Gale. We'll be back next Monday. Hit the like button, hit the retweet button before we head out of here, and we will see you guys same corner, same time next week.